Hit it again.
It's our motto.
Hold on. You do it. Do it then. Yeah.
You popped yourself in the tooth, dog.
You got him. You got him.
Lost in the sauce.
I love it. I love it.
Eric, you do it.
I'm not doing that.
Go,
You won't catch me.
Do it one time.
Wow, he can do it with his
He
mouth
can do it with
closed.
his mouth
It's not happening.
Wow.
Oh my
That's
God.
a whole nother level there.
That's a whole-
When you spell it wrong and you hear it both ways.
Wing, 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 this is the police.
Trata que mamate.
Gila Abila. What?
Or Nestle.
What? Say that kill me.
Had a whole conversation about someone's dick dust.
I almost put my hands.
Heard it both ways.
What?
They lost me with that one.
Oh, we're on.
American.
We're
Yeah, it's been on.
Oh, nice. Hello, buenos dias. Doing good.
Well, we are here at the Thirsty Buffalo, located in Odessa,
Yes.
Florida. Yeah, this is my dad, guys. We've talked about him before.
You
Over
can look at
there.
all of them, but just make sure this is in front of you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
For being a few hours south, it's still really cold. I don't like that.
No,
Yes.
it is-
I don't like that at all.
I put the heater on, but I mean,
It's 40. Yeah, but I'm going to get back sweat.
Leave it off.
Yeah.
Leave it off. We don't
Yeah.
need re-sweating.
Back sweat or get swamped.
ass.
Ass.
Culito.
That.
That's it.
Well, guys, thanks for coming to the Thirsty Buffalo.
Face it right towards you.
Yeah, I know. I got to go like
That's
this.
all, yeah.
Sorry, technical stuff.
He's trying to talk to the side of it.
If you talk to the side of it, it's a lot harder to hear you than if it's right
like
in front
this.
of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure it's like facing you.
Yeah.
I'm a swaddle. I'm a swaddle
Yeah, but-
like a baby.
I don't want it to cover my face.
Like that. Like that.
If
Yeah,
you put it,
Yeah.
Swaddle like a baby.
Oh, like this?
Oh,
it's like a very
Hold it like a football.
Hold it like a baby.
Like a
How you
baby.
doing?
I got you. I got you.
So
Oh,
this
it
is
was
the
that
Thirsty
one.
Buffalo Factory,
Brew Factory.
The
Yes.
birth.
and there's another location that's small. Like they have like a smaller operation than this. I think it's a pretty cool setup. It's like as far as like the food and the whole vibe in here is like it's like not a dingy bar. It's a cool
No.
atmosphere. It's really
Very
cool.
Upbeat.
Yeah, and like the fact that you got family stuff going on, I think is really cool.
Yep.
Too,
Yep.
all the games and stuff, and they seem like they have a lot of events here. I saw the
Yeah, the calendar over there.
They do. Here.
epoxy thing. Yeah. We should drop a picture of the calendar in there.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff. The epoxy project thing looked really cool.
Yeah. Mario Kart tournament they said on one.
Yeah, I saw it. It's really
Yeah,
cool.
That's crazy cool.
And everything. I know they change out a lot of the flavors of what they brew, and I guess at some point I have some videos, but if we could do another walkthrough of the factory, we'll put it up there too because I think that's really neat.
Yeah.
It's like super clean. I don't know. It's just kind of a cool vibe. Like the only other place I remember doing that was like Hops. Remember they had like a
Oh,
little micro
okay.
brew and like you can eat, but you don't
Oh,
even have to
yeah.
drink alcohol here. You can just eat lunch. Like it's
Yes.
just, it's
Which is
pretty cool.
Where the Havana Dreamers.
You got me all
come-
excited about hops. Remember
Hops.
the croissant?
The croissants.
the croissants.
That's what you guys should do. You should do the croissants.
Yeah, you should do the croissants here.
The croissants.
That
Croissant.
the Havana Dreamers is the part that you guys come in and have the
Yes,
food
yes.
part of the brewery,
Mike and Aaron are the owners of the building.
which we'll talk to Aaron
Aaron?
later.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron and Mike Bishop. Yeah, they're from
Very
Buffalo.
cool.
Oh, Mike is from Buffalo.
Yeah, he's the Buffalo fan.
Yeah, he's a Buffalo fan. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But I would have rather. I still would have rather seen Josh Allen go to the Super Bowl over Patrick Mahomes any day.
Yeah.
I would have much rather seen another Buffalo.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I got
Disappointed.
Yeah. He looks like a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He acts like. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what to believe
Actually,
because
he's
I've
actually
seen.
not a bad guy. He really is.
Yeah, I've seen different
Yeah.
videos of him, like acting like a brat, but then people say he's actually really nice.
Actually,
so I don't know.
He
Yeah.
is. He is actually. They say he's pretty cool in person. I've never met him, but
So it could just be like them trying to make things up in the video, but
Well, it's because
Yeah.
he's had a few Super Bowls under his belt.
Right.
So, going back to the brew factory.
yeah.
So we power
Thirsty
the
Buffalo.
kitchen. Havana Dreamers powers the kitchen.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Which
Awesome food.
awesome food.
I'm just ready to wrap this up and eat.
Actually,
next
we're gonna
time.
have-
Next
Hey!
time.
We
Over
appreciate
2
you.
hours setting up. All right. That's been the most interesting part is setting this up somewhere else, other than our
Actually,
little corner.
It's actually really cool.
The setup.
So actually,
Yeah, I
wait a
mean, this
minute.
looks like a living
Am
room.
I-
It's so sick.
Am I actually the first one?
Well-
Other than Tony.
Tone.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Tone.
Tony.
Where'd you set up Tone?
No,
No,
well,
he was-
we're the this is you are the first.
First remote.
Remote. Yep.
Yes.
First
Yeah.
ever.
Tony
remote.
was the first guest.
Went to
First
him.
guess. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, Tone.
This is a great
Yep.
spot. It's really cool.
Yeah, you can kind of see in the camera behind Kyle and Eric.
Yeah, very, very laid back. Actually, the customers are really, really cool.
Yeah, everybody seems cool. I mean, it is a bar, but it's also a restaurant.
Yeah,
It's
they
a
call it-
family bar.
It's a tap room. They call it the
Tap room,
Yeah,
the
tap room.
brewery. I mean,
Tap
it's
room, yeah.
really cool place.
Yeah.
Everybody's really neat. Nice.
Very laid back, which is really good. The customers are not like typical restaurant customers.
No, it's really cool.
Well, the good thing is they come in, take a couple of drinks, they relax.
The
But
food
if you
here
did-
is different, though. That's for sure. Like,
It is.
So different. It's
but
like
in a good way.
It is. Well, everything has a Cuban twist to it.
Mhm.
Like the beef on weck is from Buffalo, but we call it the Nickel City Cuban because we
Right.
put it on Cuban bread and we take it off the original bread that it came from Buffalo, which is the, it comes with carrot seeds and salt.
Just like
we'll have to take some video or whatever of whatever we get.
Yeah, well, I think we're supposed to get some of those fries out here in a little bit. They're not
Oh, yeah,
really.
the best fries.
They're
ever.
not. Yeah,
Dipper fries.
dipper
They're
fries.
they're the best fries I've ever had.
Eric hasn't had any yet?
No.
we haven't eaten anything.
No.
We've had 2 drinks.
Nice drink. Hey, listen,
I don't remember what we
What are
got.
you guys drinking?
Which ones are you guys drinking? Oh, I think it's the Italian one, Dad.
Oh, the Ciao Bella.
Ciao, Bella.
Mm-hmm.
Ciao, ciao.
Drink Bobo.
Yeah.
That's the drunk Bobo.
Hambo. Hey, speaking of which, Hambobo.
Hey Bobo, make
Hey.
a noise.
She's not looking. She's smiling.
Hey. Hello.
Hey. Hey.
Hambobo.
Yo, she's
Locked in.
lost in the sauce.
Bird.
Hey, Phoenix.
Hey,
Hello.
Phoenix.
Nah, she hears us.
Over there.
Hello.
can you take that remote and put something on the TV? Like something cute? I mean, not
Like a
cute.
picture of me, please. That's more
Yes.
handsome.
Put something cute on the back of the TV. Like, because I'm
No, we can talk.
We're talking to you.
Thirsty Buffalo Brew Factory.
Why
It's
you gotta
awesome.
touch it like that?
Thirsty Buffalo Brew Factory. You can tell.
We're not trying to plug anything.
Thirsty bro.
Uh,
Welcome to the Thirsty bro.
Anyway, I'm just gonna
Welcome to the Thirsty Buffalo.
I told Eric we're gonna be a few in and go. They're back from the Thirsty Buffalo.
They're gonna be
Lusty
like,
bag.
"Are you guys dubbing that?" No, we're just
No.
No.
Like, just you live here from the Bursty Buffalo.
Leave it.
That's cool. No, it's not.
What is it? What? Oh, can I turn?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can I move? Can I move?
Oop, we looked away.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of cool.
That's neat. You get a lot of people that almost do a double take of like what's your podcast about, and you say conspiracy, but I feel like it's evolved a little bit more beyond that. I feel like it's just generally talking about whatever, but I think we do focus on that stuff because people should question things like that.
I agree 110%.
I mean, there's things that you can go on the CIA.gov or any of those websites that have declassified documents for anybody to access, and some of the programs and some of the things that go on, that it's stuff that back in the day when people were questioning things and that you were told you were crazy, that all these years later it comes out to be true, whether it's through Senate hearings or whatever, or, you know,
Or somebody just posting a video.
somebody just
Mhm.
posting something, and then I feel, do you guys think that we're more health conscious, not just in what you eat and drink and everything like that, but environmentally now than we were 50 years ago?
We're more educated.
As far as just being, well, right. But I
don't-
think they are, I mean, I feel like EPA and stuff, if they catch wind of some serious stuff, as long as they're not being paid off, they're pretty quick to bring even the government
was-
to the floor.
Was that a 3-letter entity? Or, you know?
It was an alphabet.
Mhm.
I mean, and I get it.
Audit them.
I feel like FDA is probably one of the most untrustworthy organizations that we have. FDA. I really,
WHO, FDA.
yeah.
I mean, all of them. All of them.
I mean, I get the necessity of it. It's just trying to keep the people that are in there to not be persuaded by whoever's paying whoever
Well,
off.
correct.
And that's the hard part. I don't think you're ever going to get that. I don't think you'll ever have that.
No, but I think people get bored.
Yeah.
In their job,
Well-
and they throw something out there just to question, to make people feel. So
That certain.
sometimes I think they do things on purpose.
Yeah.
Just my feeling. Not that it's
What do you mean? Who's doing what? On purpose?
whoever's publishing or doing things like that. They put it out there so that way they can get things started, and they kind of get it twisted.
Wait, with what?
Information.
Like they're twisting information intentionally to discredit somebody.
Oh,
Yes, I would say that they do that.
that's true.
See, I was coming at it more of a greed way because, like, you have that one movie about the pharmaceutical company that made one
The
painkiller,
opioid, yes, yes.
Yeah.
right, and the FDA, the guy who was in charge of the FDA for that whatever class of drug, denied it.
He was
Denied
not
it.
telling. He knew the truth, and he didn't put it out.
Well, he denied it several times. They spent a few years, and he tried to hold out. I mean, they spent a couple years just trying to convince him to approve it, and he said the addictive properties of this is going to be too harmful. I mean, that's the thing, is saying that the treatment is more harmful than whatever the symptom is.
Yeah, right.
And he was saying the addictiveness of that, of the addictive properties of that, is just too harmful.
He was
and then
the one that got
eventually,
addicted, didn't he?
no. So they kept convincing him over and over again to try, and they were schmoozing him, taking him out, doing all this stuff. Next thing you know,
He ended up
it
working for him.
it gets approved. He sits on the board getting $1 million bonuses and all this stuff. The same guy who kept denying it
Now he works
approves
for
it,
them.
and now he works for them. Now he's making millions. So they got to him. So it's like, to me, it's the same thing with big companies that do that all over. Food, pharmaceuticals, I think they're all the same. It's all money. The whole thing's a money
It's all
game.
money driven.
Mhm.
I agree.
Now it's like pretty much. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like, now when I see like FDA approved or Heart Association, approved or whatever, it's like now I've kind of steer away from those things. I mean, I look up and I scan it with that Yuka app that I use. That I
Yeah,
told you
Yuka's pretty great. But
Yeah.
there's some of those apps that I heard that are also endorsed by
Yeah.
those
That are-
same companies,
Yep.
But the-
right?
the
So those
reason
companies won't tell you if they know, like if you have a certain company that's using,
Also, they would change the
they
if it's good or bad for you.
right. They just won't emphasize that chemical that causes mutations and all kinds of stuff. They won't bring that up in their scoring system.
But the reason why I trust Yuka is because it's based out of Europe.
You know-
not a US company.
You've seen us scan stuff before. You know why I trust Yuka? Because it's almost impossible to find anything that's good. So like they
Legit.
can't be lying. There's almost nothing on there that's good.
When
Water.
when we were looking
Oh,
for
I said
No,
my
no,
it said
but
my
even
products
that-
were good. All right. Yeah.
Even some water is not the best.
Yeah, some water. It'll scan at like a 40, and you're like, what the heck?
Why? What were you saying, Dad?
no, when we went to the store and that whole Red 40 came out,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nothing on the shelf.
All the cereals.
We couldn't buy anything.
No.
Well,
And everything.
I didn't buy anything, but it's just I couldn't believe how much of that was in it.
Yeah.
And then later on, well, not later on, I think about a month or so ago, is when they admitted that
Mhm.
Yeah.
that stuff is not good for you, and it's all over. And,
Everything.
and how they're going to change it in the next 2 or 3 years.
Well, the sad part is that a lot of those colorings, which I think are just code names for other chemicals, but all of those different colorings are put in so many different foods. But I've noticed that a lot of the foods that they put them in are kid-based
Of course.
cereals, candy,
Yeah.
all the things that
Stuff targeted
kids.
for kids.
Right. So then you're taking it and destroying their
You're starting their poor health conditions early on.
right away.
Immediately. Yeah.
Right.
They talked about tartrazine. It's a byproduct of, what was it, tar? It's like a petroleum byproduct.
Something like
And then they
that.
can turn it into a yellow coloring. Like it was just a byproduct of tar.
Mm.
It's just like a foamy part of tar. It's just, there's a certain caffeine. The only thing that you can trust the FDA with is like sports supplements. So like proteins, pre-workouts, post-workouts, all that stuff.
I thought
If
that there
you-
was something that you couldn't.
No, so if it says it's FDA approved, the only thing you can definitively tell is that everything that it says is in it is in it. So if you had like a protein powder and it said it's FDA approved, you can be assured that everything that they say
Well,
is in there is in
Is
there.
there?
Why though? Why that? I don't-
Because the FDA has to analyze everything that goes into that.
Well,
but-
they're supposed to analyze everything that goes into everything.
True, and they tell you what's in it. That's it. They tell
They
you
don't
what's
tell
in
you
there.
whether it's good for you or not.
They're not going to tell you if it's good or not,
Yeah.
but it's in there.
That's one thing that Yuka did step back from, the proteins and the supplements.
Like sports nutrition.
Yeah,
What do you
They-
mean you step back from?
they used to scan in the beginning because I've
Oh,
had it for
they
a
don't?
while. I've had it for a couple years now.
There's some that I thought still do.
But well, it's like you have to almost trick it. So if it's not in the system, you have to put that it's something else, and then it will analyze it and give you results. But if it's already in the system and it recognizes that it's a nutrition, one of the sports medicine, like that kind of stuff, then it will tell me no, I can't.
Like, Amanda, were you going to go into the one thing you were talking about? The fog?
Yes, but hold on.
Be right back.
Anyway.
Bye. Plug in the right one.
And, Thirsty Buffalo. I think drink break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah.
Probably pretty nice.
Ya there. Agua. Bien rica. Real quick, but I wanted to say before you get into that, we were
What?
talking about illnesses and stuff like that, about people, the pharmaceutical companies. I feel that our government, there's a room, and in that room, there's cures for a lot of little things.
Yeah, they're called herbs.
And
No, I think they have pharmaceutical grade.
and I think
Kill it real quick.
I think
Herbs.
you look in Europe, and there's a lot of stuff that they do it is natural.
I'm sure there's a lot of natural remedies to a lot of it, but wasn't Russia coming out with the cancer vaccine
Well,
2030?
Based off of herbs.
Okay, still a thing.
but what controls it goes back to what you were saying, big pharma.
Right.
Big pharma's
You're not going to make a cure. They don't want to make a cure.
No, 'cause
There's
they
no
make a ton
money
of
in a
money.
cure.
There's no money in cures.
You want a treatment. A treatment, there's
Yep.
money in. A
Yep.
cure, there's never going to be money in. You want to repeat customers.
It'll never happen that way because you're 100%.
There's Erin in the back.
Oh,
She covered her face.
Erin.
No.
She took the
We'll see
flip.
you later.
Aaron, you could have left the plant.
Got 'em.
She left. They're having movie night tonight, so
Yeah.
See what kind of bar
Hey,
does that? That's
I
great.
voted.
That's
I
so
voted. I saw
cool.
their poll
Tap room.
online. I saw their
Tap room.
poll, and it asked like what movies, and Step Brothers was one of the
Yep,
options.
they were playing.
Are they playing Step Brothers?
They were. They played earlier.
We coming back later.
They
touched my drum set.
Yeah.
No, I want you cops.
I was watching the scene where they're beating each other up, and the parents got upset.
Yeah, I voted. Did you see the sleepwalking scene?
Dude, that's
No.
Hambombo and Zoe.
Hambobo and her best friend. That's them.
And Bobo.
And
I still like Bird.
The coincidences between Abraham Lincoln and JFK.
JFK. Let me look at my.
I had studied those a long time ago, and it was ridiculous. It was
Yo, every item on the list, it got weirder and
It
weirder.
got weirder and weirder.
and weirder. Like super
Uh,
niche things. Yeah.
Here. Just what I'm saying. 46. Lincoln was shot in a theater named Ford,
that's right.
and Kennedy was shot in a car. Yeah,
a car named- it was Lincoln. It was Lincoln.
Made by
Made-
Ford.
Made by Ford.
Yeah. So that's kind of. Those are fun facts. No,
He
those
was
not really fun
shot.
facts.
Well, it's just
Lincoln.
coincidences.
Made by Ford.
Made by
Interesting facts.
And both
I
names.
was like, what is that?
Yeah, both names, Lincoln and Kennedy, both contain 7 letters.
The assistants. Did you get to the assistants?
No, I saw
Or
that.
assistant?
I saw that
Assistant?
back in the day. No, I have not. They don't have that one on here.
Like Lincoln had an assistant named Kennedy. Kennedy had an assistant.
Yes.
Last name was Lincoln.
Yeah.
Both predecessors or post.
Oh,
Whoever came next was Johnson.
Oh, look.
yes,
Right
their successors
Successor.
were named Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah, both of them.
One was after Lincoln was Andrew Johnson, and then Kennedy was Lyndon Johnson.
Speaking.
That's a whole.
There was
nother
something
story.
else that happened though. The assassin for Lincoln was in a
What'd you-
theater, and then
Yes.
he was found.
Hold on.
He was found in a car, not a car, but the other one was in a. Oh wait, he was shot in a. So Lincoln. So John Wilkes Booth.
He's getting there.
No.
Give him
Actually,
a minute.
this one here is going back to what you and I. Wait.
He shot him in a theater and was found in a library, and then Kennedy's assassin was in a library and found in a theater.
Yeah,
Yes,
but you-
actually,
They
that's
arrested him in a
exactly.
theater,
you're
like, it
but,
100%
was
let's
weird.
go back to the fact of we don't really honestly know who the assassin was.
For
JFK.
JFK.
it was. He was.
That's a whole other show.
He was definitely involved.
As the
Driver.
fall guy.
He was still involved. He was probably. He was.
You
a
think it was
shooter.
the driver?
He was.
Driver.
No, I don't think it was. I think driver might have been involved as well.
What?
No, driver.
You think it's the
Driver.
driver?
Yeah, guy in the front saw the smoke.
It doesn't matter, dude. Guy was in the sewer.
It's not him.
The
It
guy
could've
was
been
in the sewer,
It was
dude.
multiple shots, anyways.
Guy was in the sewer.
Grassy Knolls.
No.
Underneath the grassy knoll was the sewer. You watch that motorcycle cop come out that. I'll show you the thing.
You know what? I was watching something, and again, not that you want to believe everything you see on internet. Yes, thanks. But they show that smoke coming out from the
Yeah.
front seat. So I mean,
Wait, but which
So
way
it
was
would've
it? Which way was it going?
it was coming. It was going this way towards him. That's where the last shot was.
So-
Because the front passenger was the governor of Texas or mayor,
So-
governor.
congressman, somebody from Texas,
somebody,
a local
somebody from Texas
politician.
was up front. Yes.
front seat. And that was the magic bullet theory that it went. A single bullet went in and out of Kennedy, then went in and out of whoever was in the front seat
Yeah.
7 times. Like it went in and out of his arm, in and out of his arms again,
No.
and then back through his leg, and then they found the bullet unscathed.
That's
I'm like,
just an example.
no, that's bullcrap.
That's just an example of our government thinking that we're a bunch of
Well, you have to cover it up.
Idiotas.
Yeah. So, but this goes back to the documentary that we were watching where there was multiple people that were set up to try to take the shot or multiple shots. But the whole reason that that person opened up the umbrella towards the end is because
It was
they
a
were
signal.
indicating, to, okay, at this point, I like either they couldn't take the shot. It was just an indicator of saying, take a shot now. If you don't,
Yeah, like plan B, plan C type of thing.
like, all right, we're at plan
first phase
F
didn't
at this
take-
point.
I mean, you have the video clearly of the guy who's supposed to be the Secret Service agent who was supposed to be stood on the
Yes.
back right corner of that
And they told him
vehicle,
not to.
and he turns around like, "Why am I being ordered off?" Like he gets angry. You can see it in his
Yep.
body language. Like, why are you telling me to get off?
Secret Service agent Henry J. Rickber tries to take up his proper position on the president's limousine, holding on to these handles provided for the purpose, and is ordered to stand down by Emery Roberts. Let's just look at Rickber's reaction again. He is quite clearly disgusted. Why aren't they letting him do his job? And as the car glides into Dallas, we can now see how the removal of his Secret Service protection has opened the president up to a field of fire from almost any direction. It's plain.
So I think at the end it was like Plan Z, and that was the guy in the front and the sewer guy.
Right, he was right.
So I think that's why he got him the multiple shots, because he got the guy from the front
Yeah, it
and the
has to
sewer, and then whoever else.
It just, it doesn't, that whole going through the body and ping pong and this, that, and that.
There's
I mean,
just
they've
no
already
way.
said that there was clearly 2 people that were the shooters.
Minimum.
At least.
I
as
think
of
there
right
were
now.
7. I really think there were 7 different shooters staged
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff.
between JFK and Lincoln.
No, just things about Lincoln, and it just goes back and forth. It's kind of interesting. And he had long legs and did not appear tall when he was seated.
Right, so long legs, short torso.
Moreover, he was thin and had a beard, the first president to sport a beard while in office. He had one of the most recognizable faces in I would agree. An 11-year-old girl from Westfield, New York, was the inspiration behind Lincoln's beard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
Because she
Come
asked him.
Hit me with that one more time.
It was an
What?
11-year-old girl from Westfield, New York,
Uh-huh.
was his inspiration, or was the inspiration behind Lincoln's beard.
Because she asked him. She said, I guess like when she met him or something, she said, "Why don't you grow one?" Or like just
Oh,
questioned
I got you.
him
Okay.
and something, and that's why he was like, "All right, try it out."
Okay.
No, he got shot on Good Friday. That's not
Nah,
Good Friday.
that's not that good.
No, not at all.
I think
That's
it took
not
him
great.
3 days to die.
Well, see, hold
Oh,
on.
look, this is weird, Dad. Look,
yeah.
look.
He was shot in the head.
Look at this.
The-
Who shot him?
before he was assassinated, Abraham Lincoln had dreamt that he was assassinated.
Dreamt.
Of his assassination.
Yeah.
sorry,
But to be fair,
He
everything
was-
that was going on leading up to that moment,
He was probably nervous about
he
it.
was getting death threats left and
Left
right.
and right.
Yeah, he was under an immense amount of pressure.
Yeah, I guess
Was I
that's
think
true.
he is probably the president with the most stress
Oh, for sure.
and
Yeah,
the
all he
most
was doing,
because
yeah.
you figure everything that he was under, he had to fight both sides on the slavery and so it was tough.
I think it
He
is
suffered
weird
from depression too. Poor guy.
because, and on top of that, while I understand it makes sense to a certain degree, and maybe it's better off that way in some cases. You know, the president does not have the highest top secret level of clearance for classification of events and things. The president is not the highest as far as knowing absolutely everything that goes on in government.
Then who is?
I think it has something to do with different Department of Defense.
Is it one of the 3-letter departments?
It's
Yeah.
got
It's
to
a
be
combination of
It's
all of those.
Something
It's
to do with
probably
Department of Defense.
the deep state.
Mm.
But
Which-
if you think about it this way, you have potentially a new person every 4 years. What's to stop somebody from coming in with no level of top secret clearance, giving them everything, and then trusting that person not to just turn around and do whatever they want with it?
Yeah. No,
I
mean,
think that's part of it.
it's definitely difficult whenever it's every like 4 years like that.
Yeah, it's very short term.
Well, once you get started with something, you can't finish it in 4
Right.
years.
Right, but apparently they don't. So they don't have the know of every single project and mission and
But
everything.
It'll be difficult to do that. That's like I compare it to like a sheriff's office. You have the sheriff and you have all your majors.
Right.
So he doesn't know what goes on in every department, but he knows of things that happen.
Right.
So when it happens,
Well, that's why you have other people handling their departments
Yeah.
and stuff, and you have to trust. But
mm-hmm.
oh, well,
What?
that's awkward.
What is that?
We got a
Yes,
commercial.
Eric.
Hey, Hambobo.
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 Bird.
I
Hambobo.
think it's just a commercial for YouTube that we can't.
Hambobo.
What?
Yeah.
If she's not paying it, you know.
for us.
Hambobo.
No, I'm saying
Up here? Is
that's
that what-
why he was looking at that.
50 minutes long. Hambobo.
Hello,
Ham. Bo.
can you smack her?
Bird.
We're being
The
called
commercial.
you.
All right, say your name.
Sorry.
Golly.
This is brought to you by whoever this isn't about.
Brought to you by that.
Floating dummy.
Thank you.
You're
Muchas
fine.
gracias.
You're fine. Go back to what you did.
But speaking of that too, the MLK files.
Actually, you know what I want? You guys, one of the things, hold on.
One job. You can just leave it like that. I've been waiting for this DARPA.
Eric, did you hear about that?
No, I don't even know what it is.
Well, I want to know, but listen, I want to know about the Bigfoot thing.
What?
I want
Oh,
to understand.
we gotta get
what
more
you're tooting
subscribers
for.
there. We gotta get more subscribers. You heard that, Kyle?
What are we up to before you can give us
We
the
got-
Bigfoot stuff?
500.
We gotta get to
We're
500,
at 50.
55.
Come on, guys. Get your
Sub
friends.
up, baby.
Subscribe.
Subscribe, please.
Yeah.
Please,
Sub up,
very
baby.
quickly, very quickly.
Yeah.
Smash that
See,
So-
I know the story, but I want you guys to hear it.
Right. 500. 500.
500. 500.
What were you gonna say?
So let's talk about the MLK here.
Well, Kyle was gonna bring up the DARPA thing first, I think.
No, you can talk about MK.
MK?
MK, you got it.
Oh, wait a minute.
You
That's the fog thing, right?
No.
No, the DARPA thing is different. So it was a thing. So you know DARPA.
No.
You know what? I haven't
You
met
hear
him.
about
I haven't met him or her yet.
DARPA's this ugly chick.
Ah, with an ugly name.
DARPA.
Yeah, what kind of name is DARPA?
So DARPA had a program called LifeLog, and it was basically a way of tracking independent citizens and where they're going, geotagging them, and it tracks their purchases, subscriptions, who they interact with, how they interact with people.
That's my iPhone.
Right. So I guess in some congressional hearing, they decided that it was an invasion of private citizens' personal lives. It was just an invasion of privacy. So they canceled the program on the same day Facebook launched. And if you look at the actual definition of what LifeLog was, it was basically the big grand conspiracy is that Facebook was a secret government program, which it was. It was LifeLog. It was the same exact thing.
Everything
that
that
Facebook was.
Everything LifeLog.
Tracks what you're interested in. Now with Marketplace, tracks exactly what you're interested in purchasing, who you talk to, where you vacation, your pictures, tracks your face, who you talk to, how you talk to them, where you go. You check into a place on Facebook, now it knows where you go, how fast you drive, where you drive. Everything.
Isn't Eagle like that too?
Yeah, but Facebook was directly correlated with LifeLog because it was canceled the same day
That's interesting.
that Facebook launched.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Same day.
So,
exact
so
day.
Mark Zuckerberg, huh?
I think he's just.
I mean, it was
Put
a
a
great
face to the
movie.
name.
It was a good movie.
Well, they got to make a story to it.
I guess so.
Because then there's people that kind of fight against it with MySpace because MySpace was the thing first.
Oh
But
my God,
it wasn't-
I forgot about MySpace.
Right.
Yeah.
But Facebook, I think everybody can kind of agree that Facebook is way more invasive than MySpace was. I gotta take a break.
I got to find out if
What?
I gotta pee so bad.
Oh my god.
I've been sitting here for a good hour.
Hit him with a snip snap.
snip snap.
Snip snap.
I don't want to stop it. So
Don't stop it. Just be
No,
really
don't
quick.
stop.
Okay, if he's going, then I'm going.
Oh,
You going together?
alrighty.
Going together? Hey.
all right. Sorry, guys.
Uh,
Did you want to order the fries? Oh, you did? Okay.
there's 2 bathrooms, but
There's two. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know.
It's unisexy. So go ahead. So, and then
Go.
there was 2.
should we turn this way later?
Yeah, let's go this way.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Podcast. Father and daughter.
What do we do from here?
So what do we do now? What was I gonna say? Well, I guess we can tag them in whenever they get back. But I was gonna talk about how with the ML. No, because I want them to be here when I tell you
Yeah,
what the
no
MLK
spoil
file.
it, no spoil it.
But I
But
can't
anyway.
believe that you haven't heard anything. I've only seen
No.
some of it. There's multiple pages, but the part that I saw, I forgot what page, like 19 or something like that. It was a few pages, but I was like,
I go down the rabbit hole. I can't.
yeah. Once I tell you like some of the stuff that was on there, I mean, you
I
can
mean,
tell
I know it was
everything.
very, very similar. A lot of the reasons why he was assassinated,
Put it closer.
why he was assassinated, was things related to similarly to
JFK.
JFK and Robert Kennedy too. Because Robert Kennedy, I mean, they were all within that same decade.
Isn't that weird?
Yes.
That's the part that
Well, I know you hear when I was growing up,
Yep.
they would talk about, and Eric is
going downstairs.
going downstairs, where they were
Booty shot.
the folks, because Kennedy.
Go downstairs. Go downstairs.
Oh, yeah. Can you get that for me? Yeah.
Hey,
Because
Eric did it. What?
yeah, no, because when Kennedy was in office, their biggest problem was that if
your mic on.
he would have stayed in office and Robert Kennedy would have followed him, so it would have been a slew of Kennedys
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the White House. So that is one conspiracy thing that people talk about. I
Oh,
don't.
they're trying to cut the Kennedy line because of that. They're
Yes.
afraid of a regime of Kennedy.
They were yes.
Because
So-
you're talking about Robert Kennedy.
because Robert Kennedy and
But he wouldn't have run
Um,
if John didn't die, right? Or was he going to run anyway?
well,
No,
he ran. That's why he got killed while he was running for president.
What?
Guys,
Introduce
this
the
is
food.
Chris.
This is Chris, our nephew. Oh, hold on.
He's not my nephew.
He's our cousin.
Really?
He's our
Oh,
cousin.
it's my nephew. Your cousin. That's right. So, am I
He
eating
said
too?
really? Oh, thanks, Chris.
That's Chris's butt right there on
Yeah,
the camera.
there's-
There you go.
Nice net model.
Chris, if you want to come back here, you can say hi to the camera.
Oh, you gonna give it to him? Okay.
Hi to the camera.
Hello.
Dad, introduce him.
Oh, yeah. This is Chris. Which one I look at? This one over here. This is Chris,
Oh, Chris, you can bend down. They're like,
my nephew.
there you go.
He's making the magic in the kitchen as we're having dipper fries. Where's the ranch at? You didn't get ranch, Phoenix? No.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah. And he was
Get him out of here.
yeah. And he's back there, like I said, making the magic and sweating. The poor kid. He was
Listen.
back there getting ready for dinner.
I consider myself a French fry connoisseur. These are some of the best French fries I've ever
They're
had.
good.
Ever.
We fry them with love.
That's what it is. Everything here is made with
Con
love.
amor. Uh-oh, ready? 1, 2. Phoenix, can you get a sec? When you get a second, if you can bring some ranch for your mom.
I got some ranch.
Oh, you got some ranch?
Let's say
Thanks,
bye.
Chris.
Say bye.
Bye, guys.
Adios.
Hasta luego.
Hasta mañana.
Yeah.
Need some salt on these.
What's that? No salt.
No.
Don't do.
He
don't
puts
salt?
salt on everything.
I'm a French fry connoisseur. These are the best. Could you give me some ketchup, some salt, some ranch, and some
I didn't ask for any of that.
drown them in?
Yeah.
Oh, here, wait a minute. We got somebody handing us the
Wow.
salt.
Wow.
Yeah, Kyle wants it. Go get it.
You want the salt? There
Thank
you.
you. You want some of this?
Nice.
No, some,
You're good?
ranch.
Oh. Kyle?
Toss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
there
if
you
it
go.
busted.
Yeah, can you imagine all of your pants?
Oh, and it's ranch.
Yeah, he did.
These French fries got me cider.
This is a PG.
Yeah, go and touch them all.
So
I just washed my hands.
Go and touch them all and put salt on them.
okay, now that we their feet. Nice. There we go.
Kyle. Don't make
Stuff it in my mouth.
Get that-
Oh, no. Yuck. Leave that out.
Listen,
Nope,
you guys are covering.
That's going to be the thumbnails.
You're
Feed me like a baby bird.
you're covering the brew factory. So
Oh, yeah.
bring up there. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go.
Yay.
Secret fries.
Secret, yeah. They're going to be.
Oh, now that's a commercial right there.
We didn't even do that.
No, I just
We're
did it.
friends. We're friends forever.
We didn't even practice.
That's awesome.
Lord.
These are great. What do you think of them?
Dad, are you going to eat some? Or
Delicioso. No, I got to go.
Uh,
And we
so
make
good.
we make those too. We put picadillo on top, and we put beer cheese.
It was so good.
Those
telling
are
you, that's
those
what it
are
is.
Cuban nachos
Yep.
The Cuban nachos.
with some pickled onions. Not that people like, but I love them. Pickled onions. So
I don't like that, but I ate it all anyway.
Yeah.
It was great.
I don't like it.
If you told me that that's what was on it, I'd go, ew, no. And then I ate it. I was like, this is great.
delicioso.
no, I just can't tell them what's on anything.
Yeah, she can't tell me at all. Don't tell me what's in it.
No, I know.
That's
Yeah.
wild game dinner. That's what the first time we went, I was like, I don't even want to know what it is. Don't tell
Just
me.
eat.
It's gonna ruin it.
You're not picky eater, are you?
No, I ate everything last time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I can't eat too much of it, so I like to do the gator ribs in the beginning.
Gator ribs are awesome.
Those
They're my
were-
favorite. And I didn't get
I
enough
can-
last
I
time.
can-
Yeah, because
But
first
we-
of all, I wasn't feeling good.
Yeah.
that
But
last
aren't we
last
getting
year.
more crunk this time?
Yeah, you guys
Let's have
can.
the-
You get listen.
let's
I
get
was
it earlier. Yeah.
in the past. I told Kyle. I said, "You drink for me."
Yeah, but the first time I did it, that's what gave me a bad rap with Amanda.
Well, I'm not going to give details on camera, but I
It
know-
wasn't the first time. It
That-
was the
that
first
was-
and second time.
Second time was
Both of them times.
bad. Second time wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember the second time.
The first time,
First time, it was like a kid in a candy shop. Listen, Eric, we're riding home, and then Kyle kept repeating the story. I'm like, he is gone, man. He's so gone.
I don't even remember
I'm
leaving.
going to
What's
also
in the
hold you
store?
responsible,
I don't even-
Eric,
I don't
for
even-
being. I'm going to also hold you responsible.
What if Eric can't remember?
Mhm.
Then,
Eric-
and then
Eric-
I'll drive you home, and I'll just push you right into the bed there. You go to
Eric doesn't
sleep.
get like that.
Yeah.
You ever seen me turn?
He
Yeah,
drinks
this is Eric.
cologne.
This is Eric. Yeah, he drinks cologne when he gets real drunk.
Man.
This
screw-
Dior smells great. Wonder what it tastes like.
He thought it was water.
It was on my bedside and it was dark and I reached over and it was like
And he spritzed a few
no,
sprays.
I
in
just
his
grabbed
mouth.
it and I felt for a top and there was a top on it and I pulled it off and I like went like that and I was like,
Fresh breath.
what is that? And then went back to bed. I woke up the next morning. I was like, Yo, why does my mouth taste so weird?
Tastes like Dolce Gabbana.
And she was like, you were trying to drink the cologne. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, and then when you poop, it smells perfect.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know how they say you do smell like roses?
Yeah, it smells like delicious.
Noise.
So, about the Emma Claire photo.
Okay, we haven't got to that yet. So now
Emma
that we went from
Okay.
we went to the 3-letter to Facebook, whatever that was.
DARPA's life log is absolutely Facebook.
Okay.
And I mean, everybody knows it. Remember, I feel like conspiracy theories got kind of a bad rap in that name itself. Because you know how people would be like, oh, my phone's listening to me. I'm talking about this. And all of a sudden, next thing I know, there's an ad that pops up for that. Yeah, but that's been proven now. Like, that's an open.
Oh,
they don't even
100%.
hide that anymore.
There
It
was
asks you, yeah.
we had
you
a-
want this app to track you.
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah. We have a friend of ours that works out with us at Orange Theory.
Right.
Another plug. Didn't mean to do that. We're advertising. See, her whole, and I won't say her name, but her whole job was to take the information that comes off of folks' cell phone and create marketing plans based on the information. She says it is real. It happens.
Right.
So that was
but
her
if you-
job.
But if
it
you
was
said
her
that,
job to create a marketing
Based on-
around the information that
Exactly.
they get. Not a specific, but information that they get.
right. So I'm sure most people are, the ads that he gets are probably very similar to the ads that I get. It's probably
'Cause you guys have-
associated with
yeah.
like guns and
Well,
car parts
my
or something like that.
Google-
Like it would be, why do you get different ads?
No.
Well, you had a face like,
I just didn't know what you were going to say.
how?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Well,
car guns.
my Google, anytime I okay. When I look at my Google, everything that comes up is Marvel,
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Spider-Man, Batman.
Sports stuff.
What?
It's superhero stuff, football
Mine is
stuff,
Marvel. Mine is not so much football. I don't.
go karts.
no
After
go-karts.
looking up all the sound equipment stuff, like it's like a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the remote, the Apple, it was the Alexa remote or one of them. That
Yep.
one thing, I don't know if we put that in yet.
Yep.
The guy turns off the Apple TV or whatever it was, Fire Stick, whatever, is talking about stuff, turns the TV on, then hits the mic button, and it had stored everything he had just previously said after it was turned off.
It's scary.
For like a couple minutes.
A
I
couple
think it was.
minutes. Like
Yeah.
he turned everything off, holds the mic button, starts talking about blah, 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 blah,
Yep.
blah, turns everything on, hits the mic button. It put up every single thing he said.
So I'm okay.
So far the files that we saw, don't look at it. Just
Dog.
just do it.
Act natural.
Oh my god. Because it doesn't even look like. We should all be like, "Ah," acting like we're acting like a.
Be like,
That's how
Trying to
you.
be cautious. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you keep Gonzalez's quiet. You Put a set of headphones on him.
Yeah.
it's,
You hear yourself now? Can
Can you hear it now?
you read
Yeah.
that? That didn't stop David,
Okay.
though.
They-
No.
That didn't stop David. That made David
I
just
can
go
hear myself.
faster, faster.
I can hear myself.
Yeah.
I can hear myself.
Exactly.
Put him on overdrive.
But honestly, all it did was make David worse.
Turn him up to
And
11.
when you can see the camera.
talking
If
I
you
see- I
about
don't know
myself.
where- I'm assuming this is a
to
camera.
myself.
No, that's the camera we look at. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm saying if I had
This
this
is my
face
camera.
towards him.
I got my camera right here.
Yeah, if you face where you could see yourself, what you look like in the cameras, if David could see it, you catch him. Everyone would be talking. He'd be
I
over
don't-
there,
I
he'd be over
can't.
there like,
Yeah, no.
Put in a few clips of him doing that now.
Yeah,
Beep,
like
boom,
this.
beep, bong.
he'll be standing there like flexing his arms, and he's like, and then out of the blue, we'd be talking about something. He's like, I look really wide. Why do I look so wide? I
Oh
look
my
really white.
gosh.
I cut a lot of it
Dave's
out.
lost, and it's immediately Dave's lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
On the main one that has all of us, you can't see David.
Yeah, I work out.
I just wanted to make sure
I need to see myself.
that everything.
But you know what? Honestly. Yes.
I want to talk like this from now on in this house.
See, but that looks really not good on the main camera. Well, not that it doesn't look good. You just can't see you.
I don't even. I don't even blame him. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's good. Nice, dude. I really like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
100%. Oh my god. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Or you can.
Thing was good. You know what I mean?
What were you doing that for? I just noticed I can be here and be here.
I'm pretty sure it's been a long time.
They would do the chicken.
I caught a glimpse of myself. Obviously, we're just warming up.
Are we?
It seems like you're warming up over there, dude.
Yeah, sorry. I want know where to sit.
Right where you're sitting.
But you see the top left camera,
So
Lord.
the MLK files.
yeah, and we
Reel it in.
again. So I only saw a couple pages of it, but it was pretty much talking about how he was a Christian man,
Yes.
and he talked about peace. He talked about all equality and all this. But in the files, they pretty much were talking about how he would go on these retreats, and they were having like orgies,
You know what? I did hear that they
like prostitute
yes,
people.
yes.
Like
The exact words in the document.
I did hear that.
I
read that.
The exact words were that he made them do natural and unnatural acts.
Mhm.
That I didn't hear, but
Whatever that means.
they did say he was not a.
I don't know.
Apparently, the FBI, who was it? Hoover that was a part of that.
That's what I was getting. at.
He apparently had a lot of information supporting
mhm.
that. So, and I don't know, and that's Kenzie. Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I know he had files on everybody.
Yeah.
Hoover.
But
And how trustworthy was he?
But
Well, as much as he didn't like a particular style of people, he himself was that type of person. So that's like me being fat, not liking fat people, but
because you're saying he was sleeping around, amongst other things.
well, he didn't like people that were of same sex
Oh,
relationships.
okay.
And
Oh, that was the other thing. Didn't it say something about?
Hoover
I didn't see that.
Hoover was. I mean, at the end of the day, it was very well known that it was him and his partner. So,
Okay.
but he was totally one of these people that.
Well,
What I took away from it was I had heard the rumor before that he had a love child with someone else.
in California, a doctor's
Because
wife.
there was a married couple, and he was basically every time he went to California was hooking up with this chick, and she got pregnant, and her husband was sterile.
Yuck.
So he knew right away. Well, that's not mine.
Got him.
But the thing is like why don't we know who that child is? Why is that not public knowledge of?
Well, he tried to keep it a secret.
Right.
Here's
But
what I have
then-
a problem believing.
After the fact, why have we not figured out who that is?
The
at this
stuff
point?
in the documents about the radicalism of people and the stuff about him, natural and unnatural acts.
Mhm.
I have a hard time believing some of that just because he had a fling here and there with whoever. Like, yeah, maybe he wasn't a perfect
Supposedly,
person,
though.
but that's like off the deep end. And what I think
And
is
why is any of that in his file?
right. So
Why is that something that we have to talk about anyways?
because what I think happened was that's at the height of deep state activity at the same time. And the worst thing, if you're trying to control a group of people, the one of the worst things is to have them agree with each other. You do not want them treated as equals. You do not want the public viewing each other as the same team.
What era is that? Is that
That's in the
50s?
50s.
So
Okay.
right, because what
Yeah,
did you
right,
say
40s, 50s.
earlier? You said earlier that all these things happen with MLK, JFK, RFK, Robert,
Yep. Mhm.
all within the same decade.
The same decade, right?
So what happened in the beginning of that decade?
It was when the
Cuban Missile Crisis.
to me, it's when the deep state
Right.
was really started.
Exactly.
But they started from the Cuban Missile Crisis, really.
Well, that was
It
an
was already-
incident.
it
It's
was-
not started
it's-
from that. It was an
but it's-
incident
it
that
It was
they.
hyped from there.
Yes.
They were given a lot
Right.
of power.
'Cause that was-
and then Kennedy tried to put that back in the bottle, and there was no way to close it.
That was, I feel like, one of their first big, probably twists that they were trying to do, and
Yeah, it was staging a coup. This was what
Yeah.
they're trying to do. Trying
Which
to take
I-
over another country.
right. So I think that anybody that was getting in their way, anybody that wasn't on board, anybody that was they couldn't pay off because they
Yeah.
had better morals
That's
or
what-
whatever the case is
I said yesterday, smear. I think that document is a smear campaign.
for
100%.
MLK.
That was my takeaway of it. Like, let's make
Yeah.
this guy look as shitty as possible.
Yep.
Because then if we can make sure his message doesn't get spread, then the more division you have amongst all those people as a whole,
Well,
the more control you have.
When you talk about truths, people don't like it.
Right.
So what?
What?
Because right when Dad was going, when you
When you
and I was
debated,
like,
when you
when you
if you were
You have to
David,
show them the meeting.
if you was David, I would just jumped on
Oh,
it.
when you
Don't slip up. We'll show you the meeting.
We'll have to
Okay.
show you the
Which
video.
I was gonna say because I'm lost here.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a dreams that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I'm lost in the woods. I don't know, man. I don't know.
What are you talking
What are you
about?
talking about?
I don't know.
Well, because when you talk about Martin Luther King or MLK, people don't really want to admit that he was a conservative individual, very religious, and so
But that
smear
fits the
campaign,
narrative of that time and that era too. Is very religion was very at the forefront of everybody's mind for the most part.
Yeah.
So if you follow that teaching, then you know this is the specific way of lifestyle, the life that you're going to live, and it doesn't involve all of those things. It doesn't involve wild orgies and all this other stuff.
Right.
So I feel like if they can literally say that he's doing all the things that he's standing for, and he's
like,
actually doing the opposite.
Well, he sounded like an old school like Diddy, or like
That's how they made him seem. Like
That's
his
how
freak
they-
out parties. Like he sounded like you were talking about a 1950 version of Diddy.
Diddy. Yeah. Now, when you tell me that Diddy's doing what Diddy's doing,
Makes sense.
makes more sense because of the person that Diddy comes off being.
Right.
But if you told me, which you are telling me, the MLK thing, I can't. It doesn't match up to me. Now, do people have a different personality or different things that they're whatever behind closed doors?
Oh,
Sure.
do they live? Yeah, absolutely they do.
But to that extent, it's just too hard for me to.
Yeah.
That puzzle piece don't fit to me. Like it doesn't match.
No, I would agree. I don't. I mean, they went from him doing those with multiple people to doing it with individuals.
I mean, they made it exactly what Amanda said. It was like
they put him out to be a
P. Diddy.
bisexual. I mean, they really just
Anything that they could do. Now, I think.
But why even talk about that?
Well, you know what? It
was
doesn't
to
matter. It
discredit
doesn't
him.
matter. Right. And what happens is that people that look at values, they have the family type mentality.
Right.
And if they were going to, this guy here, he had the speech, I had a dream, everything else. He stood for rights. He stood for freedom.
And then you start slipping them that
And then-
information.
And then you start throwing them. They're like, well, was he really such a good person? If he really, but to be quite honest with you, there's leaders that are out there that you probably be very shocked at
Oh,
what their
I'm sure.
lifestyle is outside of them leading people.
I'm
And
sure.
I'm not saying that people need to you shouldn't be doing things like that anyway. If you're a leader, what do you? But it is what it is, and no matter what, you're we're going down to the basement. Thank you.
I can't wait to watch
That's
it
where
back.
the restrooms are downstairs.
Restrooms are downstairs.
Yep, downstairs.
I'm not sure what happened with Eric because he went down the up part, but
Because there's a little hump in the
oh, okay, okay.
You got to climb over to go around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But anyway, that's my take on it. Whether it's true or not,
it
doesn't really matter. It's what's out there. So you know what? When they throw it at the wall, if it sticks, it sticks. If it doesn't, then you're gonna think about it.
Oh.
But that's what they do with.
No, you got to come in now.
Guys, this is
This is
Anthony.
Yep.
Actually,
You're probably gonna get a butt shot of
You're
him
gonna
too.
get a butt shot of him.
Hey,
Here it is.
There's
Yep.
a butt camera.
Nice.
I didn't even say anything. This guy's great.
Sexy.
At some point, he was coming on here or no?
Oh, we're gonna ask if later on we can bring you on for a little bit and talk. Oh, okay.
Wrap it up.
Eric, get out.
Wrap it up. Get a laugh. I'm thinking
You can come here. I
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
No.
And
I was just joking.
can
I don't care.
I can
Okay, but
I can go downstairs and use the restroom.
Oh,
Anthony, you got 5 minutes? You can take my spot while I go to the bathroom. The restroom break.
Rudy's going to the.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
He's gonna see a man.
He's gonna go downstairs.
oh, that makes it. Wait, go ahead. Okay, you can.
Sit here. You can sit here and I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Here, let me get up.
You can come.
Watch
in
your
front
phone.
of me.
Got it. Quick, bitch.
Ah,
Everybody
Yikes.
put that anywhere.
Here, you need to put
He
this.
said that on there.
Sorry about my butt, guys.
Triple.
butt shot, butt shot.
Triple.
Oh, again.
Everybody put that anywhere. When you
When you do.
he said it five. He said
You're
it
gonna
five
go
times.
later. I know.
That's all I heard was, and when you.
I know it's kind of weird at first because it's all.
We're used to sitting at a table, so this is a little different
Yeah.
than what we're normally used to.
It's my first time on a podcast.
Oh,
So-
well, he's got the podcast voice.
He does.
I worked in a call center for 6 years.
That's awesome.
This is Anthony, right?
That's right.
All right. And we were just talking about the Thirsty Buffalo too, and we were just going to introduce. I know that you had a story
Yeah, it was
behind
pretty,
like
pretty
why you
interesting.
ended up coming here.
Yeah, sort of. So, like I said before, I worked at a call center for 6 years. Basically, was a dead end corporate job. Just mind numbing, soul sucking, dreading going to work every day.
Right.
So I was on the floor answering calls for 4 years, and then I made the mistake of getting into management and becoming important.
Not a move you want to make if you're trying to get out of being in a call
Yeah.
center.
At that point, I thought I was going to climb the ladder and
Right.
get into
Right.
corporate executive stuff. But
Yeah.
I realized after getting into management that this is not the environment for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was the guy who was responsible for handling all of the errors and the incidents, and this was for a department of over 100 people.
Mm.
So anytime one of them messed up, I was the one who had to handle the fallout. I had to calm the person down, call them, fix the mistake, and then educate the team member who made the mistake. So
The fun job, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
so fun. I had a
Screamed
great
at
time
all the time.
every day. Yeah. de-escalation was a very strong skill.
Yeah.
That I used.
I mean, that's a good life skill to have in general.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
but yeah, dealing with it every single day for your job is probably
Not fun.
not so fun,
Yeah.
especially when you're not getting paid very much either.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so after a couple of years of that, I woke up and realized, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not
Right.
happy. I'm miserable going to work every day.
Yeah.
I am really not enjoying what I'm doing. So I called my wife one day when I'm at lunch and I said, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to put in my 2 weeks
That's a big
notice
move.
today. I hope you're okay with that. She said, please do. I said,
Oh, so
100%. I
Look,
support you.
living
Get
with it,
out of
yeah.
there. You come home miserable every day. I see it in your face. You're not happy.
Yeah.
Please quit your job.
right.
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 So I
You're
did
living
that.
to work at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I put in my 2 weeks that day. Started
Nice.
looking around for pretty much any brewery position that I could find because I have been a big craft beer fan for a long time.
Sure.
Ever since I've turned 21, legally able to drink.
Right,
right.
Been drinking craft beers, IPAs, all that stuff. So I figured that's the industry that I want to get into.
Cool.
Luckily, I found the Thirsty Buffalo, and they were planning on opening this second location
Right.
here around the same time that I was looking for a job.
Oh,
So
that worked
it
out
was
pretty good. Then.
Perfect
Yeah.
timing.
Yeah.
The universe essentially was saying, "Hey, I can see what you're doing here. I'm gonna throw you a bone here and let you, give you a break." So ended up working here. Right now, I'm bartending part time, or I guess I should say beer tending, slinging beers, and then they also have me helping out in the production side in the back as well.
Very cool.
That's
yeah.
really
Do
neat.
you like doing that?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much fun learning how to create the beer because I make beer at home. Home
you?
brewing.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm making 5 gallons of beer at a time in a Home Depot cooler. Versus this, Breaking Bad meth lab. It's a bit of a different environment back
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
Commercial versus home brewing. So
Yeah.
learning all of those techniques, learning how to avoid oxidizing the beer, how to clean kegs, all this,
Sure.
general labor that needs to be done back there that you don't realize. There's a lot of work that goes into each glass of beer that you don't realize.
I didn't realize any of it until I don't know if you remember us being here last time, and there was like a bunch of us on the other side, and we just kept ordering stuff.
Yeah.
I think
was-
I do, yeah.
With Dad and
It was
Lisa.
so it's been a little bit, but
I was most likely here. I'm here almost every day.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
You were, yeah.
and I got to walk around back there a little bit, and I had the closest thing I've ever seen to anything like this was Hops. I don't know if you remember Hops.
The restaurant, they
back in
got
the
rid
day.
of them.
I
Yeah.
don't even.
don't think I've seen
There was like
No.
a single one of those things in like a little glass
Mhm.
area, and it was just a restaurant for the most part, but it was
There's just
similar
one
to
of
like a
those, yeah.
BJ's
Okay,
type
yeah.
Kinda
of
like
thing,
that,
but
yeah.
they had one setup, one little thing set up in there. That was a close, and I walking through there, and it seems like it's very intense.
Mhm.
Everything seems so spotless. I feel like you're in a lab.
Literally,
That's what it feels.
yeah.
It's like everybody takes everything super serious. It looks like, which
Well,
is good.
Absolutely, yeah. That's how you create quality beers.
Right.
Make sure that every step of the way you're keeping it clean.
It seems
keeping
it just seems so like very meticulous, but
Because I
also it
think
seems
the-
like they have a lot of fun. I guess
Absolutely.
seems like yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I think the littlest thing can throw it off, right? Like if you do something.
Oh yeah, if your temperature, let's say you're mashing the beer, which is one of the first steps in making the beer. If your temperatures are off by even a couple degrees, you're going to create a completely different type of beer than you were expecting.
That's crazy.
So holding those variables, making sure that
Sure.
you're meeting those targets is one of the most important things. Brewers are essentially chemists,
Right.
they're plumbers, they're electricians, and they're artists.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they have to be
You have to
creative
be
enough
creative,
to create. They have to be able to make all of these different beer
Yeah.
styles. They have to be able to think of different flavor combinations that are
How's
going to
it-
work.
How's that work? The flavor part.
It depends on what type of beer we're making. So let's say the coffee blonde ale that we have, they brew it as a normal blonde ale. And then once it's fully finished fermenting, then they'll treat it with some espresso beans.
That's
Ah.
crazy.
So that's how they get the coffee flavor in there. There's no artificial extracts or anything like that. It's all just done the correct way, I should say.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And I had a few last time we were here. I remember, like, for some reason, the Figgy Smalls. I told everybody, "You guys don't understand. This place is so cool." And I told them everything about it, and I told them all these drinks. And it was like, it seems like anything that has any sort of flavoring to it or anything like that is not. It just feels more natural, like the process
Yeah.
through here. So, what have you experienced anything as far as different brew, like the different brew process from like kind of like how you do it at your
At
own
home.
versus here versus other places, other breweries?
So all I can say to that respect is that from my own experience, other breweries, depending on the style, they'll tend to use artificial flavorings like
Right.
extracts to, let's say you want to get hazelnut flavor in a beer.
Sure.
Instead of going out and buying a whole, case, like 100 pounds of hazelnuts, they're just going to go and buy a little bottle of extract and put that
Right.
in the beer to make it taste. But at the same time, you're getting an artificial hazelnut, almost like a cereal flavor.
Sure.
It tastes like, a kid's cereal versus if you were to treat it with real hazelnuts, it would have more of the natural full body flavor of the hazelnut instead of just that artificial, like you can almost taste the solvent that they use to make the extract
That makes
in
sense.
the beer. So
because
that's-
I didn't get that vibe at all from anything I had here. It seemed very natural, like organic tasting almost.
They do use extracts, but very sparingly.
Sure.
And it's only to accentuate a flavor that's already there. It's not to just create the actual flavor itself.
Right. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, because it definitely has different tastes. I remember like there was, I don't know if it was the one that you're talking about, but there was a Christmas.
That's the one.
That is the same one.
The figgy smalls.
Yeah,
So
like it had that feel to it.
it had cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, allspice, all of those holiday type of spices.
And it wasn't like too much. It wasn't like overbearing, like you said, like that fake cereal chemically taste. Like it didn't have, because I can't stand some of those fruity. I don't like that. I don't like those flavors at all. And when I ordered that drink, I was like, oh, I'm probably not gonna like this. And I went, oh, this is great. This is awesome.
It's awesome.
What's your go-to here?
My go-to at this point is the Ciao Bella, the Italian
The
Pilsner.
same one.
This is the one that we're
The one
drinking
you
right
guys
now.
are
Oh,
drinking,
it's
absolutely.
fantastic.
It's so easy to drink, really,
Yes.
really easy. Just smooth, nice and dry finish. It's got a little bit of that hop character from the dry hopping, almost
Nice.
like a lime zest flavor to it. So
Yeah, very good.
Really clean beer, super, super good.
It's the Italian.
That's awesome. And I tried, when we came here, because we went to the other location, and I obviously like this location, because of the food and everything and the environment. But
For
still,
sure.
it's still really cool. I think it's really cool to be able to be here where your product is made at the same time and see behind the scenes a little
Exactly. And there's no barrier. There's nothing
Yeah.
separating you from that. You're just kind of right in there seeing
right.
everything that's happening. So
I thought that was great. I think the calendar and stuff that you guys try to do with stuff with the community is great.
Yeah,
so
so
we
many
were trying-
events that you guys do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We were trying to explain the place and what goes on, and that it seems to be pretty family friendly for the most part. I don't really see. I mean, everything seems good. You can bring the whole family here.
Absolutely, yeah.
I thought that was really just a different change of pace. I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Difficult whenever, especially when she was younger. Now she looks older, but when we I think it was World of Beer.
Yeah, you can't take her to World of Beer.
And it was we got the funniest looks walking in there when she was a little younger, and it was she just sat with me and we were grabbing food. My uncle wanted to go there, and it was I felt so uncomfortable. But here it was you can sit in the other room and kind of have hang out.
Right, it's
You guys
definitely
have
a
the games.
cool family vibe.
Yeah.
I think that's really neat.
Yeah,
for sure.
Parents got to drink too.
Yeah, that's right.
Actually, they probably need to drink more than the rest of us.
That's right, exactly. And I think it's cool to have the environment set up for that. It seems like that kind of
Just a laid
vibe.
back,
This is really
yeah.
chill. It's really cool.
I mean, our owners have younger kids, so they understand. You need to cater to the whole family. If
Right,
you want to bring in regular business, which a lot of our regular business is parents that'll come in with their little toddlers,
Sure.
and decompress a little bit, have a couple beers, get their kids some chicken tenders and fries.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
I
hang
think
out.
that's awesome, man. Well,
I appreciate you taking the time and talking.
Of course,
Absolutely,
yeah.
man.
I'm gonna go back behind the bar.
Yeah.
It was really nice to
Don't wanna
hang out
get
with you
too
guys.
long.
thanks, Anthony. We appreciate
sure.
it. We'll make sure you get a
See you.
see it.
Love
We'll
that.
debut you. Thanks, man.
No problem.
You can tap Dad in. Have you seen him? See ya. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Hey, did you guys want cookies, Phoenix?
No. I gotta say he had a great podcast voice.
Who? Anthony?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very have you done this before? Is it this first podcast I've ever been on?
He was. Yeah, he went right into it.
Yeah, I was like, this is great.
It wasn't even nervous.
No, Anthony's a good guy.
Yeah, very cool story
How are you
too.
gonna get picadillo on the headset?
Oh, did I?
Like 2
No, you
seconds.
shouldn't say that. Don't say that. There's nothing. Rudy, there's nothing on there. There's nothing on there.
Babes,
There's
can you grab a napkin and then bring us cookies?
down the stairs?
Can you go downstairs, please?
Downstairs.
Got him.
Should have fell downstairs.
Yeah. Tripped. So
Very
what are you
cool.
eating now, Dad?
Picadillo.
Made it here in house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's Abuela's Picadillo recipe.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Which
Abuela.
you guys also have the Cuban Cafe in
Yep.
Trinity.
We do. We're here.
Trinity.
Thank you. Muchas gracias.
Hey,
We're here.
cookies.
Cookies.
We have
Throw them like a frisbee.
Mike and Aaron are the folks
Can't
that
hear you.
started. Oh, Mike and Aaron are the ones that started the Thirsty Buffalo, and then the Brew Factory, and then me, Rude,
Rude.
and my better half, and Lisa. We are the co-founders and owners of Havana Dreamers.
Where's she at?
Well, she is exercising. She is doing a 5K, and I'm here sitting down eating picadillo and drinking some water.
You gotta tell her which one you want, Kyle.
Is that oatmeal raisin?
He wants oatmeal. Give him an oatmeal. Give him an oatmeal.
I don't even care.
There's oatmeal raisin, chocolate chip, and then white chocolate macadamia.
Oh, she's gonna throw it. Yeah, give him that one.
There you go.
Oh, she's in the camera.
Dude, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Get him. Hold on, be right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Commercial break.
Booty
My
shot.
favorite.
Yeah.
What? Where are you
Oh, he's
going?
going downstairs.
Oh, God.
He's coming back upstairs.
What? He just didn't go down the stairs. Oh,
wrong way.
oh, hey.
They got 2 stairs in there.
That's the one Eric went up to.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Double escalator.
Yeah. Oh, butt shot.
My favorite.
My favorite.
They killed me. So, where were we at?
Oh, we got to
Yeah.
What the heck, Eric? I can't hear you.
That was my bad.
What you doing, man?
What are you doing, man?
What else
Are we
you got?
done? Are we done with MLK? Or we have more juicy information?
Well,
Oh, that's
the
it.
whole thing with MLK was
I just thought
that,
it was a smear campaign.
yeah, that is smear, and then the JFK files will come in, which I think that, and then all of a sudden they found,
They definitely don't. Every time they're like, "Here you go. You want to look at these? You want to look at this? You want to look at them a little bit?"
They've said that a lot of them have been released, but there's certain ones that they have not released.
But
I
then they
think it's a little
found-
bit over like 2,000 different files that they found.
Yeah, there's a lot. But
Yeah.
that's
where
the
did you
thing.
find them?
Yeah, where'd you
Well,
find them? How about that's a smear campaign?
What,
in and of
what I,
itself.
what I
Yeah.
think is happening is I think some of the information is very, very, very tight.
Do you think that part of the files are even, like, are some of them true? Or did they find the true ones? Or did they find the fake ones? Did they, do you-
That's you know what?
No.
Because of the type of environment we live in. Are you guys done?
Yeah, sorry.
they've been playing this whole time.
I feel like I'm the father here. Oh wait a minute, I am. God, my day.
No, I'm gonna be a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna be a sweet ass boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we say in the house. I'm a sweet ass boy. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a sweet ass boy all the time.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
He's trying to
with,
go along, dude.
with the files, I feel strongly that because of things that have happened and what they have said, and people mix it like a salad.
Yeah.
You just talk about salad. Never mind.
We have a 3104.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It is.
It's like that one salad Abuela used to make when we were kids.
That's right.
Man, move your headset cord.
Oh, hold on.
That's
Yes.
under Dad's foot.
3104 salad's wonderful.
Yeah, it is.
It has ham,
Mhm.
Swiss cheese, olives.
Oh, you like
They
salad,
said
too.
olives.
Kyle doesn't like olives.
Oh, you don't like
You look
olives?
like you like- you look like you
Some
like
Parmesan
salad.
cheese, and we have a special 3104
salad
salad, which is kind of a
It has a
balsamic /
good,
Italian.
yeah.
Hey, very, very special for you. Very nice.
Especially for you.
Especially for you. So going back to,
Yeah.
we don't trust the information that comes out now or before. And now, if you're right, if they find 2,000 more files,
Right.
where they
Somebody made those yesterday.
where they underneath a file cabinet,
Or were they the
were they in
actual?
the back of the,
Yeah.
or did somebody type them up on new paper?
But maybe the
Somebody
ones that
went on Reddit and went, that sounds pretty good.
no, but maybe the ones that they
Right.
had in there were the actual smear ones on him, and then they were
Right.
like,
These
"All
are
right,
the real
actually,
deal ones."
Yeah, here's the real ones, actually, guys.
I don't think that they're going to put something out now currently that wouldn't be true, but I could be wrong.
Well, look at the
Listen,
MLK ones. That's what I'm
The
saying.
whole thing was shady. The guy who Kennedy just had fired was leading the charge in the investigation on his death.
hmm
That's a major conflict of interest. That guy should have never been involved with it to begin with.
And Talk about JFK, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
They very quickly were able to get the vice president in there. They had this whole plan, and it just came together. I know that they do things quickly, but not that quick.
Oh, for sure. And there was another thing. If you haven't watched the Everything's a Rich Man trick, you really need to. It's a very long. Did you watch it all?
Yep. Yeah.
It's extremely long, and it goes into the backstory of all these different people that were involved. But
You got it there.
ultimately,
What's in the way?
You got a foot in the mouth or foot in the hole.
hey,
Uh,
there was people that were talking about how they said, "Oh, look at all the Secret Service snipers set up on all these rooftops." There was never Secret Service snipers set up on the rooftop. So who was there? Several different rooftops. They're like, and then when they were doing the investigation, when people were coming forward saying, "Hey, we saw all these snipers. What was going on?" The investigative group didn't even document them saying that. It was found out way later that they were like, "Yeah, we told the other investigators about the snipers up there, and how we heard them shooting. We figured they were shooting at the shooter."
Yeah.
but they were, yeah.
And it wasn't. And they're like, well, the guy whoever was in charge of the investigation that was just fired from Kennedy, that guy should have never been anywhere near this at all in any capacity.
No.
Should have been anywhere near it. Nope.
Well, this is where the deep state really started.
Mhm.
It was all these rich families, these rich people. They
Ooh.
started to put them in the different alphabet.
Alphabet boys.
Yeah, so like the
The
CIA,
acronym.
the FBI, they put the heads, but they
ATF.
hide them in there.
Elemental piece.
So
Yeah.
they're not elected. They are
Appointed.
pretty much what I wanted to touch base on that. But I also wanted to talk about before we talked to Aaron was the fog situation.
I'm all ears.
Kind of thought it was funny about everybody talking about the fog, and I was like, whatever, it's fog. I mean, it is a lot more than usual. I feel like the situation that Kyle was talking about in
Also the 1950s.
there was actually two things.
But the one more recently, there was all this crazy fog people, and then all of a sudden, all these different influenzas. Everybody's sick. All of a sudden, it's going around everywhere. But somebody,
Big C.
not allowed to say that.
Hi, Aaron.
Everybody, they studied it and they found a bacteria. They studied the fog here in Florida, and they found like some crazy bacteria or whatever. It was the same bacteria in the 1950s in St. Louis. So they were. And then, Amanda, you'll have to put up the pictures for it, but they set up like on top of church buildings and other high rises. It looked like fog machines. It looked like major, like heavy duty fog machines just dumping into these areas of St. Louis. And then they had these station wagons with kind of like a sprayer truck for like mosquitoes and stuff. The drivers and stuff would be in full hazmat suits driving around.
Mostly at night, they would come through
trucks with a spray coming out, a mist coming out the back. And we were all told that it was spraying bugs.
Insects. That's what we were told. The sprayers would come through, slowly disseminate or spray this chemical down the street.
And they're just spraying this stuff everywhere. And you're like, what the heck? And then there's other people. There's a picture or a video of them at a public pool and somebody holding a big hose and fog machining everybody. And they're playing in it. It's great. And almost every single one of them have had some sort of rare skin cancer, bone cancer, all these crazy cancers and diseases. But at the time, they were saying that this was a test site for a
Like Russian bio.
No. So at first it was sold to the public as like a smoke screen to cover St. Louis from Russian spy planes because they didn't want to be like, I guess there was critical infrastructure in some areas of St. Louis, and they were trying to use this as a smoke screen so that the Russians couldn't spy on St. Louis. Then it came out in Congress years later that no, this was a chemical bioweapon that they were testing in St. Louis to use against Russia because this area of St. Louis, the architecture and the geographical area was very similar to the area of Russia that they were trying to utilize this weapon on. So they were just testing it in impoverished areas of St. Louis to see what the effects were.
Population control. Just saying.
Well,
and then at the same time, they did almost the exact same experiment in Los Angeles.
Yeah, but it was also around the same time period as
the deep state,
the MLK.
Yep,
The
it's all
JFK.
rounding the 50s, going into the 60s.
Yeah, between the 50s and the 60s.
That is when the
assassinations,
the deep state,
these fogs that were chemical fogs. But you know what?
The deep state.
Yes. Yeah, the deep state.
Yeah.
But
El Estado being deep.
well, I know that. But the thing that's weird is the whole MLK thing is happening at the same time. So I don't know.
Later, wasn't it? Or around the same time?
It was
No.
around.
It was all within the same decade.
Yeah.
Well, 10 years. Yeah, because it was
was
late
in the
50s, wasn't it?
Well, I could put it a little closer.
Late 50s?
Yeah.
And into the mid to late 60s. So, 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ending the 50s and going into the 60s. So,
Yeah.
and don't forget, when you are doing things that are not on the up and up, and you have lots of money, you have lots of patience, and it takes lots of time.
Mhm.
So imagine, just putting a thought out there. Been doing it since the 50s, and it just keeps floating through, and all of a sudden we're here 2024, 25. All that residual has come floating down.
But
It's more noticeable now than it was back in the 60s, 70s, because people were not realizing what was going on, and it was easier for them to hide it through our media.
But but explain to me this though. Just like it was normal. Oh, okay. This is why we're doing it. This is why we have a reason. How many of that things like that happen now? They have a reason why something's going on. They're testing the drones or the whatever. It's all for a reason. But then later on, we're gonna find out. Oh, they've been. Not that I don't know this for sure because it's completely left field. But what are the mosquito trucks that come through here? Spraying chemical fog.
Let's stop that guy and say, "Hey, what's in here?" Spraying mosquitoes. Yeah, he probably don't know.
Let's go a step further. Just currently, all of a sudden, every year we're having this blue bird influenza.
Yeah, every year.
Okay, so we have these chickens dying, and so all of a sudden, this is happening year after year, and we're having the prices of eggs go here, skyrocket. Well, come to find out, I did some reading, didn't do a whole lot because I don't like to go down the rabbit hole sometimes. From what I understand, that when they have these outbreaks, they have to kill the whole flock or whatever you want to call it. Well, because when that happens, they get reimbursed from
Who does?
the people that they had to kill, like the farmers, whatever. So they get reimbursed by the government or part of the government for what they've lost because of the flu. So all of a sudden, we're having this over and over again. Again, not saying that that's the case, but very, very coincidental that you have it every year.
Now, who are the farmers?
Well, that's
Do you
they're,
think-
they're cashing in on an insurance thing, or
Do you think they're actually dying? Do you think they're
well,
actually?
someone that I was talking to that's somewhat familiar with that whole small industry basically said they get one chicken saying it's infected, kill it, and then once they indicate that it's the flu, the bird flu, they kill all the rest of it because you can't have
Yeah, you
one.
can't have it mixed.
Right.
Right.
So, but the funny thing is, on the flip side, talk to vendors and stuff like that, we're still selling chicken and it's not expensive.
Yeah. Well,
So if
Are we
they're
getting-
are they killing the birds? Why is the chicken prices going up? But the egg prices are
Yeah.
going through the roof.
Maybe because the eggs are probably easier to.
or
more
they're
people
using
use
the
them.
or they're using the chickens
Yeah.
to sell the meat.
So
Are they kill? Are
that's
they? Are we
They're
getting?
killing the chicken or not getting the egg.
Yeah.
Does that solve the question?
Or
Which came first?
which came first?
oh,
The dead chicken or the bad egg?
or are they not actually killing the chickens, taking the money? Because then if
So
you get the
there you
money,
go.
They're getting a payout.
Somebody
because then you still got to pay. You still got to buy more chickens.
Yep.
You got to raise them.
Yep.
And who are the farmers? Bill.
Old McDonald. Yep. Yeah. What I don't understand is how Mr. Beast was able to rent the pyramids.
Why not?
Because it's the pyramids.
Nobody has ever been able
Nobody's
to.
ever.
Everybody got a
That
number.
literally proves that almost everything
Yeah.
is for sale.
Hey,
Everybody's got a
Hambobo,
number.
Didn't
Yeah.
you look up who Mr. Beast? Because I had a theory that Mr.
Bean.
Beast.
He's a CIA operative.
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
No, that his grandfather or something was part of the deep state or something like that because he comes from
Makes
money.
sense.
There's money in that. And, I mean, being a YouTuber, okay, whatever, but to have the amount of money that he has to be the only person that has ever rented out the pyramid
Also, I have a question about all these
and take a
CIA,
tour and videotape it.
all these CIA operatives or whatever that are on all these podcasts talking about all these secrets. Like, how is that a thing? Sean Ryan's got the one girl who's constantly on there. She works for the
There's a couple
CIA.
of- there's a couple
Then
of
Mike Baker on Joe Rogan's CIA agent,
Mm-hmm.
who just is talking about all these things. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how many of them are actually still CIA agents that don't even talk about it? Like, how many government operatives are like YouTubers or influencers that are trying to swing a narrative to some degree?
Or
Like
they're-
if Mr.
they're
Beast
plants,
was that,
like they said.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think
But
that.
not even that. Those are the ones that are saying they're a part of the CIA. How about all the ones that aren't saying it?
Oh, you're saying like
Like how many
are not
influencers and
part of
everything
it.
else that don't even
Yeah.
talk about it?
All these CIA people being on all the YouTube channels now, I feel icky about it.
Like you don't trust it?
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like you're there on purpose at this point, and you're trying to spin a narrative, and you're trying to, because the one chick that's on Sean Ryan, she's constantly talking about how we're going to be attacked and how they're coming up with all these things, and that we need to be aware and like
Yeah,
scared.
I saw one of those.
Like,
Somebody sent me that.
It's all these things to scare us, right? She's talking about these operatives that we had on one of our other videos, and they look just like our American. I put videos next to each other. They look just like our American.
Yeah, like when that was Taliban.
The
And she's saying
Taliban,
Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda is even more intense.
Yes.
Al Qaeda is like Delta Force. Like they're intense.
According
When
to
I
her.
yeah, but look at the Taliban video.
Right.
When
but
you look at the
but if you look
Taliban-
at the Taliban video, to me, it almost looks like it's an American guy
I
that's
don't
covered
know.
up. You don't see his
Maybe.
face. But he doesn't
what
look
if it's
as
not?
dark as those monkey bar dudes.
What if it's not? Do
He
you remember
does
the monkey bar video? Do you remember that?
It was in one of our other
Yeah.
videos.
You-
It looked like a bunch of
Did you put the
monkeys.
you put the monkey bar video in the clip?
Yes.
Oh, it was great. It was supposed to, it was them doing jumping jacks. They're all out of sync, and some of them are only like opening their legs. Some of them are only
It's
doing the hand
embarrassing.
part, and they're like,
Yeah, you
not
did.
bad.
I remember that.
Yeah.
not
And
bad.
then
Not
for
bad.
them to turn into these tactical,
And now they're like,
dumbasses
yeah,
be
they're-
dumbasses.
they're-
You can't make them that tactical.
I don't know. No, because she's saying they made it a part of the religion, which makes you more devout into training and shooting and killing.
According to her, but I'm starting to feel like she's a
She's a
plant,
plant.
just to scare us.
I believe that.
Don't trust the plants.
No. But real quick, Eric, talk about
What?
that. Touch on that
What?
real quick.
The ice cream?
Yeah, ice cream. Taco.
Ice cream.
Chernobyl ice cream.
Chernobyl ice cream.
It's in the brown box.
You mean Giordanelli?
No, you meant Chobani yogurt. That's what he was thinking of, was Chobani yogurt.
Oh.
You ever heard of Chernobyl? Yeah.
Yeah, the
Ice
ice
cream?
cream.
It's in the brown box.
It's
What? What are you talking about?
oh my gosh.
The link that we were talking about with the drone.
Hitting the dome.
Yeah.
The Chernobyl dome.
Yeah.
Trying to blow a hole in it.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? They have the explosive drones that they use in the Russian military. Someone tried to fly it into the Chernobyl drone. The Chernobyl dome. They tried to fly a drone into the Chernobyl dome. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I didn't realize that Chernobyl was in Ukraine territory. I thought it was part of Russia, which I mean, obviously,
Ukraine
it was.
Back in the day, it was.
Right.
It was all USSR.
Right.
Yeah.
But they flew, I guess, a drone into, because they have a big iron dome over the plant, the Chernobyl plant.
Catching
Which I learned
radiation.
that
Yeah.
from you guys. I didn't.
Right.
Oh, you didn't know that?
And
The
even
bubble.
even that will have to be replaced at some point.
But I think, didn't you say, was it that they had the dome, but then they put another dome
Another
Yeah,
dome.
over
so
it?
they spent like 20 years building a dome. They slid it over it from like 6 miles away. Built it 6 miles away, slid it over it, and then once they put that over top, they started building the next one. So by the time they're done with that one, they'll slide it over top of that one.
Yeah, because it's going to be deteriorating from the inside out. It's just going to
Well,
start crumbling.
all the materials get bombarded with radiation, and then it starts breaking through. So you have to put the next containment piece over top.
From what I understand, it'll be raining those radiation particles for thousands of years. It's going to constantly just
Can't stop, won't stop.
So
whatever.
then we
So
found
somebody tried to
out,
poke a hole in it.
yeah, that it was a Russian drone that flew into it, created a hole in the dome.
Well, I don't think it actually penetrated anything.
It just it hit the side and blew it up.
Right.
Blew it
There's-
up, yeah.
but there was
the
a
goal,
hole,
the goal was
right?
to try to start
Yeah, man,
giving them a headache.
we
dealing
don't
with that.
got any nuclear bombs. Blow a hole in the Chernobyl.
You gotta
Hole in the Chernobyl dome.
start popping it. It's crazy. But that's the crazy part about 3 Mile Island too. And I know you want to wait for that, but
Yeah.
they have proven that those nuclear reactors, they're so efficient and they work. They work so well. It's just how it's been managed
Human error.
so far.
Every single time.
If somebody would have paid attention during Chernobyl, that would have never happened. Same thing with 3 Mile
Same
Island.
thing with 3 Mile Island.
They knew that there was something going on there, and they would have to stop it.
Mismanaged.
So
yeah.
everybody would have to go without power for a little bit, stop it, go in, fix it, then start it back up.
Take the time to
and they don't want to do
training,
that.
yeah.
Costs
But
too
you
much
know what?
money.
We'll talk about 3 Mile Island next time, but I feel like there was something more sneaky and
With 3 Mile?
twisted to that, yeah. Because of the guy that was involved.
Hey, make all of our voices. Come on.
Dap me up. I'm Tamanda.
I'm Samantha.
I am Tamanda.
Kid wants some candy.
Not from you.
Not from you.
Please.
Ugly ass sucking doo-doo head.
Dad, you gotta put it close to you. Come on, Dad.
Listen, it feels like we're all on. Looks like we're all on some type of acid or something.
Look at the thing behind you. That's what you feel like.
Sick.
I think you guys had too many of the chow bella.
Not enough.
Shabala. Shabala ding dong.
Shabla.
Shiblouse.
Shiblouse.
Give me some of that shablouse.
Can I have one of them shablousies?
What?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
What? What?
Ham Bobo was over here telling me to cook.
Timekeeper, wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Okay.
Well, wrap it up.
Bye.
Hey, wait. I want to thank Dad for taking the time to stop, leave it.
Leave it in.
Yeah. For sitting with us today and going over everything here at the Thirsty Buffalo
Thirsty Buffalo. Get
And
you a
have-
Thrappenhaus to drink.
with Havana Dreamers. We were going to talk to Aaron.
Also, I sound like Lucifer. Catch me outside about that.
Look at
I wanted to join the Deep Force Club. What?
Nice. Oh.
Change. I'm Spawn.
No.
Robot.
Oh my god.
Robot. Kyle. Robot.
Oh god.
Meet more. Meet more. Howdy, partners.
Dad, talk.
What do I say? Yeah. ¿Qué pasa? Hello, good morning. Good morning, USA. I've got a feeling that it's gonna be a wonderful day.
tomato.
Ugly ass sucking doodoo ass. Give me a robot voice. I swear to God, I'm gonna beat your ass. If you don't give me a robot voice, I'm gonna break a kneecap off and make you eat it.
Why can't you give him the robot voice?
Give
Huh?
me voice. Alright, we're done. Kyle, I'm gonna need you to log off. We're gonna need you to. Kyle, go ahead and log out and go home. How about hit him with one of these? Go ahead and log off.
Oh gosh. I don't.
Catch you on the flip flop.